はい、皆さん、こんにちは。そしてこんばんは。ナロンです。Hey guys, this is Sean, and today we're going to be talking about 5 common Keigo mistakes in Japanese. All right, so let's get started. Um, at work, I see this a lot. A lot of people actually come to me and talk to me about how to actually change this English into formal Japanese, or actually vice versa. They would actually see emails from Japanese people, and they can read it, but they don't understand what it means. The formal Kegel phrases, right? So in this video, we're going to be talking about that. All right. And before anything, thanks for joining this channel today. In this channel, we talk about business Japanese. So anyone who's actually working with Japanese people, working with the Japanese companies, I hope you guys learn a little bit from this video because we're going to be talking about formal phrases today. All right, so let's get started. At the end of this video, you'll be able to sound more professional in Japanese, especially in a business setting. All right, so that's our goal for today. All right, so and how are we going to do that? We're going to do 3 things. So first, I'm going to give you 5 common mistakes that I see with my clients and with people that I actually work with. And at the second part, we're going to actually learn how to fix them. So first, I'll give you the common mistakes, and then later I'll tell you how to fix them. All right. And then later, after I tell you how to fix them, we'll actually start using it in a sentence. All right. Not only will I give you the phrases, the mistakes, I'll actually teach you how to use them in a sentence. All right. So let's get started. All right. So our first mistake is, I see this a lot in verbal communication and also emails. All right. 社長が来られます. Okay. 社長 means like the CEO, like the manager, someone at the top. 社長が usually the owner. 社長が来られます. 来られます like 来る. It means someone is coming to your place. But 来られます is actually a mistake. Not that it's always going to sound terrible, but it's actually not correct, right? Grammatically, you have to say 社長がおいでになられます。おいでになります。はい、sorry, おいでになります。The reason is, for example, with 食べる or 飲む, you can say 食べられます or 飲まれます, right? But with 来る, it's not 来られます. It's おいでになります. Or you could also say いらっしゃる. いらっしゃる. When someone comes, when you go to a restaurant, the people that work there, they say いらっしゃいませ, which means someone came to your place. So you could also say いらっしゃる. The correct way in this case would be 社長がおいでになります. He or she is coming to your place. All right? That's our first one. So how do we use this in a sentence? I told you how to fix it. Now in a sentence, you could say something like you're chatting with your coworker, and then she said, oh, by the way, this meeting is going to be at what time? In Japanese, that'll be 今日のミーティングは1時です。そして社長もおいでになります。ね。今日のミーティングは1時です。社長もおいでになります。The meeting is going to be at 1 o'clock, and the CEO is going to be there. All right, that's how we use it in a sentence. All right, let's move on to our second mistake. All right, this is a huge one. Okay, this is actually especially in emails because 見ておいてください is the mistake, but you don't really say 見ておいてください in a formal situation. 見ておいてください. We say it, but it's not correct. Again, it's one of those things where you're not going to be hated for saying it, but it's also incorrect, right? So the real way to say, please check this out, is ご確認お願いします. ご確認お願いします. 確認 is to make sure, like with your own eyes. お願いします is please, you're asking a favor, right? So the most common situation that I see this is in emails. So in emails, you usually write your subject and then blah, 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 who you are. And then you usually, when you send like a file or a document, a lot of people say, 見ておいてください, which sounds a little rude. It sounds like, so in Japan, you can't really, you have to think about your position, right? If you're sending it to someone that's under you, probably okay. If you're in a business setting, you don't want to do that. You always want to look at the other person as the other person is always higher than you, right? Quote unquote. So instead of saying 見ておいてください, which is kind of ordering the person to do that, you can say ご確認お願いします. Please take a look at it. All right. So you always have to think about your position. With Keigo, you're always staying at the lower end of things. So you're lower than the other person. So the other person is higher. All right. ご確認お願いします. Right. Yeah, like I said, 見ておいてください. This sounds like you're better. ご確認お願いします. You're asking a favor, a formal favor. All right, that sounds better. All right, mistake number 3. Oh, a lot of people do this. 10時に行くのでお願いします. So let's just say that you're meeting somebody at 10 o'clock on the phone or in an email. We're just like communicating with people, chatting. A lot of people say, I'm going at 10, so please be there. 10時に行くのでお願いします. To fix this, I would say お伺いします. お伺いします. 行きます to go. お伺いします. This is Keigo. 行きます is not Keigo. It's like normal Japanese, 標準, right? お伺います. お伺いします it becomes Keigo when you use this word. So instead of saying 10時に行きます, you're 10時に行くので, you can say 10時にお伺いしますのでお願いします. Right? 2時にお伺いしますのでお願いします. Remember, in Keigo, the other person is above you. The person's higher than you. So you're not going to go to the person's place. You're going to bow and you're going to say お伺いします. You're under the person. You got to look up to the person, right? So we use this Keigo. お伺いします. All right. Yeah, like I said, makes yourself lower than the other person. All right. So here's a kind of a sentence quiz for you. Let's translate this for a moment, all right? Let's try to do this. I'll be there at 1, so can we have lunch after that? This person's wanting to say, like, can we have lunch together after I arrive at 1 o'clock, right? How would you say that? You can pause the video. I'm going to move on, but please pause the video and write down below in the comments. Whoever wrote down in the comments, I'll actually look at it and correct all of the comments. Please comment below, all right? I'm going to move on. I'm going to tell you the answer. I'll be there at 1, so can we have lunch after that? 1時に, we learned this word, お伺いしますので、その後、ランチはどうですか? Alright? 1時にお伺いしますので、その後、ランチはどうですか? ランチはどうですか? Which means, do you want to have lunch together? At 1, お伺いします. I'll be there. Alright? その後 is after. Alright? Okay, number 4. 手伝います, which means I'm going to help you. Right? Actually, did I explain the other word? Let's see. お伺いします. Right, yeah. Yeah, sorry. Excuse me. 手伝います. 手伝います means to help. Again, this is not Keigo. This is not formal. So we want to fix this. You can say お手伝いします. All right. Remember, this is very common. If you put o at the beginning of most words, it means it's becoming formal, right? So instead of 手伝います, お手伝いします becomes more formal. And also I added that if you say 手伝います, the other person's gonna feel that they're gonna feel bad that you're helping them. So you want to make it a little less direct. Instead of saying I'll help you, you can say お手伝いします, which means like if you want, I could help you. Do you want, right? So it's kind of giving the other person space to say, like an option to say yes or no, instead of saying just I'll help you. So there's no option, right? So that's that's a better way to say I'll help you. If someone has a problem with their computer, their desktop or whatever, IT issues, instead of saying 手伝います and then going in front of them, you can say すいません、大丈夫ですか? お手伝いしますよ. That would be a good sentence. All right? So, I actually taught you, I said 5 phrases, but I taught you only 4. So sorry about that. That was 4 common mistakes in Japanese Keigo. yeah, I hope this video helped. Please remember all four. 手伝います。お手伝いします。to go. お伺いします。And then ご確認お願いします。Right? The first one we learned is おいでになります。Alright, so thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please comment below. I hope a lot of people who work with Japanese people in any part of the world, if you saw this video, I hope it helped. And please use the words that you learned in this video. And I hope everybody is successful with these new words. All right, I hope you all enjoyed this video. I'll talk to you in our next one. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.